high-stakes Fed meeting today. We're seeing the Dow opening up slightly. The Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates for the first time this year. The central bank is set to make a decision today as it tries to balance the weakening job market with inflation concerns. Bankrate financial analyst Stephen Cates is here with more on that. Stephen, thanks for coming on. What are you watching out for in today's Fed meeting?
So we're expecting that there is going to be a quarter-point rate cut. But I think the most interesting part of this is going to be the commentary from Jerome Powell afterwards. He's going to need to justify, why they're making this change and making the shift, and why we may have more rate cuts to come, both in 2025 and 2026.
You say this might be one of the most anticipated Fed meetings in years. Why? We've seen rate cuts before. What makes this one so different?
Well, it's been 9 months since we last had a rate cut. Obviously, there's been a huge microscope on the Federal Reserve from the administration, from basically anybody who's been watching the economy. And as we've had deteriorating labor market data come in, we've obviously still seen rising inflation. There's a lot of factors at play, and this is a tricky position for the Fed to be in. Not only are they getting a lot of heat from the administration, but a lot of people are claiming that they're behind the 8 ball. So making a move today, and obviously what commentary they make about why they're making that move, is going to be really important to justify the positioning they've had and why it's changing.
If this rate cut happens as expected, how and when will we start feeling the impact?
Well, certain categories of products like savings accounts or CDs may start to see that almost immediately. For debt like credit cards. You may see that in 1 to 2 business, billing cycles. So some of that will start to move quite quickly after the cut. And in some cases, things like mortgage rates, which aren't directly tied to the federal funds rate, have already been moving downward. And so people who are looking to buy a home or maybe looking to refinance are probably already salivating at the idea that they could be getting some lower rates.
All right, Bankrate financial analyst Stephen Cates, we appreciate it. As always, thank you.
My pleasure. Have a good day.